My understanding of diversity is that we need to acknowledge and understand that we are different. We come from variety backgrounds, and the most important thing of diversity is acknowledging and accepting that difference, because the variety of every person brings an important part to the group. The common misunderstanding of diversity is that people tend to focus more on cultural diversity. And also in the cultural diversity, there's quite a number of segments. So I just want to dissect the cultural diversity bit. In the cultural diversity, we have race, we have gender, we have disability, and the list is endless. Now, the reason why people misunderstand it, it's solely because people always work with fear. Fear always gives you the thinking that someone who believes in what I don't believe in might do things better than I do, or they might be a disadvantage to the things that I want to do. So the common misunderstanding of diversity, it's in blocking your mind and being stereotyped. What prevents companies to be inclusive is the lack of understanding why they're supposed to be inclusive. A lot of times, if you introduce a change to any company without giving people an understanding of the importance of that change, they have resistance. So the reason why this whole diversity and inclusion becomes a challenge in companies is because those that come with a strategy don't make sure that they infiltrate the strategy properly to those that are supposed to implement. There's no point of discussing best direction or best strategies at board level without understanding whether those that are supposed to implement have bought into the idea. All you need to do is just to give them the understanding and the reasons why. And what also sells most is when you show people the benefits. Everyone always buys into a benefit. So never forget to give people the benefits of why they're supposed to work on diversity and inclusion in their organizations. That's an important question to ask about comparison between rainbow and diversity. The most important thing before you even answer the comparison between the two is the understanding of what each means. What is rainbow? What is diversity? Diversity, as I had mentioned earlier on, would mean the variety of people or the differences that people bring into an organization. On the other hand, rainbow, who doesn't like rainbow? It's a colorful thing. So rainbow means everyone brings a different color to brighten the organization. And my belief also is that rainbow, if you were to compare it with diversity, would always mean that you look at your competitor or you look at your colleague with an eye of saying, he's bringing something that I don't have. Because on the rainbow, the red color can never take yellow. So they need each other to be able to bring this beautiful rainbow. So when we look at rainbow, we have this love answer of saying we need each other and together we can make it happen. When we look at diversity, we understand that I have to accept, acknowledge, and appreciate that we are different. Clients always buy into what you believe in. You can never sell what you don't believe in, because you can go into a client meeting with an understanding of saying, I've read about diversity, I've read about inclusion, and they'll buy into my story. They will never buy into your story because they buy into the energy that you bring. Diversity and inclusion, before you even sell it to your clients, you need to believe in it. If you don't believe in it in your own organization, you don't believe in it in your own set of friends or your interactions, you can never sell it to clients. But when you start living it, it becomes a part of your nature. Everyone buys into what you believe in and what you do. So the minute you walk into a client's meeting and you want to educate them about the importance of diversity and inclusion, it becomes easier because they can just buy into what you're saying because what you're telling them, you've experienced. Now, a lot of clients will always have this resistance. It becomes your responsibility to educate them And maybe you can even share some of the examples of how you managed to overcome the obstacles of being resistant towards diversity and inclusion. And by the way, a lot of clients today believe that they need to change the structure of their boards. They need to change the structure of their organization. They also need to change the way people think or look down on others, because you might be looking down on your next, one of your next philosophers. You might be looking down on somebody that is going to be implementing something great for your organization. So it becomes our responsibility to package it in a nice way for the clients to buy into it. An ideal board and organization should look like its strategy. A board or an organization that looks the exact opposite to their vision, their mission, and their belief will never ever drive the organization to where it's supposed to go. Now, as a search consultant, if you were to advise your board or to advise your executives about how the organization is supposed to look like, you need to understand exactly their beliefs and where they want to go. For an example, if you come across a board that is packed with males, you can't just walk in and say, you need to add females. They'll ask you why. But when you have understood the benefits of why they're supposed to have a female in their board, or when they're supposed to bring in someone with a different color or someone from a different belief, it becomes easier because you'll give them the benefits of how that organization is supposed to look like or how the board is supposed to look like. So in my view, there's no standard rule to say a board is supposed to have 3 women, 4 males, and 5 cripple. Every board will compose a number of people that are a reflection of the belief of the company.